Hello everyone. How are we all doing today? Gonna get the, let's get the volumes all up to where they should be. How's it going? I decided to change my camera microphone setup a little bit here, and there's a little bit of shenanigans, but I hope if there are concerns with the and there's music playing, yeah. Sorry about playing the music at the same time. That was a quality move. Alright, apologies about the music. Alright, let's try that again. Now you should be able to hear Crispy. Alright, turning my mic up. Thank you all for assisting me here. Alright, looks like maybe even a little bit more volume on my mic. I'll try going like maybe up this high. Alright. So yeah, it's week 2. And today we've got a very exciting treat. We're gonna be showing off stuff from the actual game. So the actual 1.0 build, and we will see how that goes, but it should be pretty interesting to see or finally show off some of these levels in their playable forms.
Great.
Alright, there we go. So apologies that I don't believe Crispy was coming through to now, but if you want to say hi, Crispy.
Oh, yeah, hi, hello.
There you go.
I am coming through.
Hopefully
Who
that's...
knows?
Yeah, we'll see. People are kind.
Hey.
They'll let us know.
No, I'm getting sound offs in chat.
Alright,
They
excellent.
can hear me.
Yay. Alright, cool. Awesome.
All I said was that it's gonna be exciting, and you guys are in for a treat. Hopefully.
Hopefully. We're optimistic about the treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so alright, so there you go. The setup is all kind of working a little bit here. Could you hand me that phone piece when you have a second? I'm gonna get some assistance from Ellie here. Gonna try to cover up this computer that's streaming. But yeah, alright, so welcome back to thank you. Welcome back to the Survive the Editor Month of Madness, Survive the Editor 2, and we're basically every week during this time we're going to be playing through the build and or playing through a build one way or another. So last week we played just random community levels. This week we're going to be actually playing 1.0. And next week we'll have our first, if I'm correct, we'll have our first level editor judging. Does that sound correct, Crispy?
Yeah, that sounds correct.
Alright, cool. So it sounds like my mic volume is maybe a little hot. We'll drop it back a touch. And there it is. Maybe something closer to that. Yeah, so gonna try to multitask here and play the game while also keeping track of the chat. But EL Cool Beansies here in the back is going to be also trying to help us keep track of chat. So feel free to toss us any questions about 1.0 or about the game's development or whatever. About Crash, our cat, always a good one. And you never know, he may make an appearance at some point. But yeah,
I can already see a question I think I can answer.
Yeah?
Will we see one of the new cars? I suppose you mean today, and I don't believe so.
No, probably not. Maybe in a future stream, maybe in another in a social media post in the future. But yeah, I think we're mostly just going to be sticking to a handful of just arcade levels that haven't been shown off at all, and we'll see how much time we've got. But definitely hoping to do a couple crispy levels, maybe.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
I'm excited and terrified for that aspect.
Yeah. No, they're good. They're good. All right, so I'm just gonna jump in. I think the first level we're gonna play though is a Snow State level called Atrium, and it's a. Do you want to do reverse tag or do you want to do stunt?
I think reverse tag.
Reverse tag. Okay. Cool.
Hopefully, Ashamil joins us at one point, so
Yep.
we get some more players for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Is Crash named after Crash Bandicoot, the software crashes, or both? I'm gonna say both. I actually just for fun, like I think it was yesterday or the day before. Okay, so I should be clear. Crash was definitely named after Crash Bandicoot. We were driving home after picking him up, and we were like, "Oh man, we never picked a name. Like, what's the name?" And somehow it might have been me that just said randomly Crash Bandicoot, and everybody's like, "I'm cool with that." But I found it really funny that yesterday I was attempting to look up pictures of Crash, and I typed the word Crash into my inbox, and what do I have is everyone's Crash messages that I've received over the past many years, flooding the inbox.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a good reminder, you know, good humble reminder that you're never too far from a dangerous crash. All right, Crispy's destroying me here. I mean, I'm not maybe I'm not giving it 100%, but
it's hard when you have to talk at the same time.
yeah. You think I'd be pretty good after all these years, but no, it's still.
We should
really
talk a
hard.
little bit about how amazing this level is.
Yeah, so it's a very like cool, organic, futuristic blend, and yes, you are hearing water effects. So the water was placed in here first as just kind of an experiment, and you'll notice that I kind of float a little bit, and that's actually using what I believe is called a Force Zone box. So I believe these are actually already available to the public, but that inspired me to figure out what it should sound like, and I created something called a water audio zone. So that'll be an object that you can play with in 1.0, and it's basically just when you're in the water, it changes the effect and plays a splash sound. When you come out, turns it off, plays a splash sound. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think it was because pretty much all of us, all the three of us, the community people, we actually started making levels with water, so it kind of became a necessity to have like
That's true.
some kind of sound effect to accompany water.
That is actually really true. All three of you have there. So yeah, there are multiple levels in Distance that actually already utilize this. That's funny. Because yeah, I was like, I remember implementing it in this level, but then thinking, oh, like as I was working on it, I just happened to realize, well, yeah, we have like at least 2 other levels that are using it. Alright, yeah, see here's the thing is I usually just play this in stunt, and when I play this in stunt, I kind of forget to stunt. I just like riding around this arena because it's so cool looking.
It's so pretty.
It is. I'm like,
The
oh yeah.
tree in the middle is gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Alright.
Oh.
Not letting this thing in just yet.
Yeah, this level is a really good example of doing something simple, but then like spending a
Polishing
lot
it.
of time
Yeah.
getting it just right.
Absolutely.
definitely not the most like complex level in terms of like a lot of places to go and stuff. It's pretty much just an open room, but man, the ramps and oh here, Ashmal's here.
Oh, it's Ashmal.
I might get some competition.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna get wrecked. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna destroy us.
So yeah. This is, I mean, in many ways, I think this level is a fantastic example too of just what's possible in 1.0, where there's really nothing truly like, you know, new in 1.0 that is like was created for this level, except for the water zone to some degree. But the particles, you know, being used for both the tree and the leaves, you know, that are actually on the water. I mean, it's technically from the tree, I guess, as well. Also, the water splashes that happen, you know, the, what do you want to call that? Just the foam, I guess, on the edge of the water.
Yeah.
All those are just particles. Like, they're just very clever use of the particles. Oh no, 10 seconds. And, you know, a lot of these other objects are just simples. They're just nicely colored and textured simples. And there it is. Not too bad. Like I said, I was getting a little distracted. Alright, gotta take a sip of the coffee here. Cool. So, should we move on to one of these community levels that was added, or do you want to, should we go to a I was thinking we could, one of the cool ones would be to do your one, either Quantum Core or the one I'm forgetting the name of, that I'm sure I'll remember here very soon.
We can do Quantum Core. I don't believe that's been shown either.
Okay, so because we don't quite yet want to show off everything, I'm going to switch the scene over so I can hide the level select. I mean, actually, for this one, it might be okay. I think I only want to do that for sprint levels. We're going to risk it.
Oh, risky.
All right.
You know it, Noah. I'm so good.
You're going to see.
Good at game.
Stuntware 2051, if we want to do reverse tag. Quantum Core is in reverse tag. Are we cool with Stuntware?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let's
Wait,
do it.
so Quantum Core is not tagged for reverse tag?
Seemingly no, so we might want to tweak that.
Well, we're learning.
Indeed.
We're learning new things by streaming.
Absolutely.
Definitely should be.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, the main thing to note about this level... Well, actually, why am I talking about it? You should talk about this one first.
Yeah, so this is a complete from the ground up rework of one of my very old levels. That was like a skate park. But I changed it now, so it's a little bit more in the style of Distance. It's very sci-fi and sleek looking. I really like it. But yeah, I did start all the way over, like build it all again from the ground up. But you can still see resemblances in some of the obstacles. So yeah, that's about it. And there's a pretty cool surprise as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm not sure we want to.
Oh no! Okay, I won't show it. I won't show it. I was excited to show it for half a second, but you're right. We gotta leave something for people to actually play.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. There is
a good Easter egg.
There is an incredible secret in here. It's pretty much every time I show this level to people, I'm like, "Hey, look at this level. Okay, we gotta check out the Easter egg." So yeah, it's not hard to find, but it's definitely worth the work to kind of put in.
I think it's one of the more elaborate Easter eggs in terms of like making it in the editor.
Yeah, absolutely.
For one level, it's all animators.
Oh no, I'm getting cut off here. Oh!
Oh!
Mistakes were made.
I get a pity bubble, so I'm cool with it.
I'm definitely starting to pick up on that technique of using the behind cam to actually see what's going on, because you get that weird, eerie feeling that if there's no one ahead of me, they must all be fairly close behind me.
Yeah.
Which gets really disturbing when you have like 12 people following you. You're like, there should be people. Where are the people? I keep like stunting off these ramps. I'm like, oh yeah, it's reverse tag. Stop it.
Yeah.
You have a task.
Yeah. The ramps are very stuntable.
They're so fun.
They were in the old one as well. I wanted to keep that.
Absolutely.
Basically, when I went into like making the old level, and also when I went into making this one, I had a design like decision that was basically turn everything into a ramp, and it works quite well.
So,
As long as everything is a ramp, you can't go wrong. It's an amazing stunt level.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. So, one of the questions that Ali just mentioned that someone asked is if the bubble has gravity. So, no, it doesn't have gravity. Oh man, am I actually gonna... Come on! Ah, not quite. All right, sorry. That was a bit of an intense moment. I was like so close to catching you, Crispy. All I had to do was cool down, and I couldn't pull it off. But yeah, so the bubble is basically just it kind of is its own separate object, but it mostly exists just to track the cars. So when someone loses it, it just freezes in place, and it's there for a couple seconds while they're dying. So you can go in and snag it right after a death if you're really, really close. But if you're not, if you don't get it in time, then it will go to the last place person. Just to keep things interesting. So yeah, and I mean like, there's a really good chance we're getting some people here who haven't played the game in a while or have never seen the game before. And this mode is called Reverse Tag. And I think it's called other clever things. Oh look, I must be in last place because I got the pity bubble. But yeah, it's like man, I feel like Halo or something has a similar mode, but we went with Reverse Tag because it was the most straightforward name. And it's basically, it's tag, but you actually want to be it. And the first person who's it for 3 minutes wins the match. That simple. So, and we found it, I mean, we found this one out pretty quickly when we were doing our just experimentation with multiplayer, where it's like, okay, let's do tag. Cool. Alright, so you don't want to be it. And everyone's just avoiding this person, but you're like, well, where is the person? Where am I going? Like, can I just sit here and just wait for forever? Incredibly boring. So we found out if everyone wants to be it, then you kind of get this thing where you have to be really clever about how are you maneuvering off surfaces, keeping your heat in check, and not dying like I just did. So, way more exciting. And it's kind of been a staple of the our tournament stuff, where we did like 4 of these tournaments, I think, so far. Because they're really fun to watch. I mean, you never really know what's going to happen. People have to improvise on the fly. It's very technical, but it's still... Oh, so close. Oh, man. Look at the bubble kind of had a mind of its own there after you bit it. But yeah, it's mostly about managing overheat. So, to take a step back even further, if you've never played the game at all before, it's basically what we're calling a racing platformer. So the idea is your car races, but it's kind of all about jumping and flying and flipping and maneuvering the environment to the best of your ability. And in the normal races, you know, it's kind of point A to B. You're basically just trying to get to the end as fast as you can. And then arena type stuff, you can take those mechanics and just go crazy. So we got stunt modes and tag modes, and randomly generated tracks, and things that try to kind of take advantage of the fact your car really can go anywhere. I lost this one.
No! It's getting away from me.
For shame. But, you know, that's how it goes. Alright. So I gotta swap back over to the chat and have that hidden. Oh yeah, so yeah, we totally had a soccer mode once upon a time. People that have been following the game for a long time, they've seen the soccer mode, and the soccer mode was fun until Rocket League came out and showed everyone how to do it for real. And yeah, no joke, we had a soccer mode before Rocket League came out, but it was like, you know, it was a game that wasn't built to be soccer necessarily. So it was like, okay, this is kind of a somewhat fun idea, But then, you know, some game comes out that just does an incredible job of soccer with cars, and you're like, okay, this is embarrassing now. So we did actually improve it too. We actually worked quite a bit to you know make improvements before we got to that point, but not good enough. So that's what happened to soccer mode. It got cut. In terms of stunt mode, I think the last update we did was last year, and it did get a really big revamp with a new announcer. Let's actually go and do stunt mode. We can at least play Quantum Core.
Ah, yes. That's a good idea.
Alright. Yeah, so stunt mode is mostly about trying to kind of understand what's possible with the trick system, learning certain tricks, and getting the craziest, highest score possible, of course. So if you do certain reproducible tricks, such as a back twist barrel roll, you get a sloth. If you do like a freestyle, just random crazy trick that we didn't anticipate, you get the freestyle points. And the announcer tries to come up with some kind of clever thing to say about what you're doing. You want to talk about the design of this level?
Yeah, sure. This was right around force zones. And basically the idea was to make a level where gravity switches halfway. So it's like a level on the floor and a level on the ceiling. But the gravity changes, so you're always oriented the right way. You can see that fog there in the middle that changes gravity beyond that point. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like this level.
It's a pretty cool level. It's a huge level too. I think this is one that for sure
it's very big.
You want to get in 12 people in this one.
If you're going for reverse tag, absolutely. You need some people to fill that level.
So another thing that we added with the stunt system somewhat recently was just combos. So basically you want to continue to do tricks, don't stop doing tricks. Your bar will hit 0 if you take too long to do your next trick, and in that time you're going to just keep getting more points because your multiplier is increasing. Another way to do to increase your multiplier is to find the bubbles that are hidden somewhere in this level. I don't think I've seen one yet. Oh shoot.
No, I'm not sure they're showing up. Oh, there's one there.
Yeah, I think they're just kind of small. Oh wait, I see it. I'm getting it.
No, you're not.
Oh,
oh, you got it.
And
Stole
yeah,
it right out of it.
So that makes it at least a little bit more interesting in multiplayer that you can steal those. So I didn't have to do any fancy tricks. I just shot straight up to a 4x. Oh, we should go down to the secret area. Yeah. Discovered under the ceiling. Yeah, what is up? Where is up? What is going on?
Yeah.
It's a triple, right? Yeah, it's kind of cool. This is another clever use of animators where it's pretty subtle. It just looks like, oh, that's just like a piece that you would just place. But no, this is all custom animated.
Yeah.
Oh, I keep doing this. Not enough time.
Yeah, it can't be overstated how useful the animator system is in the editor. You can make some crazy stuff with it. I think at least all of my levels for 1.0 kind of try to do something with animators every time, because they're just too much damn fun.
And I think the other thing that's so fun about the animators, from my perspective, and always has been, because I've never been a huge animator person and I didn't implement them, is I just get to see people like you continually push the bar with it, with such a simple system, and then have it just continually, the possibilities just get, bigger and bigger. And it's like,
yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
now you can do this. So now everyone kind of has to rethink. It's like, okay, well, if I you know, either there's a more efficient way to do something that we already saw. Oh man, I got really stuck in the pipes there. Or there's a whole new level of complexity that you might be willing to test out. I think the craziest one is just stacked animators. I mean, that one I have gone and tweaked other people's stacked animations, but making my own, I don't think I've done it once yet.
Oh no, Ashimal got wrecked. He lost his multiplier.
Oof.
The win is mine. I can do it. So that's really important about stunt, is keeping your multiplier up.
Yeah, unfortunately you're watching me. I'm not the greatest example of pulling this off, even though I actually was the one that worked on the stunt revamp. I'm
at times 44.
Yeah, that's amazing. Next time we'll watch you. Oh yeah, see it is devastating. It's a fairly exponential system, as you can see. Yeah, that was not my greatest stunt run. I was kind of having more fun just looking at the level, to be honest. But all right, so let's see. We got no more levels in the set, so let's go back to the main menu.
I lost connection.
All right.
Server.
Oh, maybe I closed the server. Did I just instinctively close the server?
I think
my
maybe
bad.
you did.
All right. Let's back up. My bad. I apologize. All right, I'm gonna try to catch up on questions here while we get set back up. Oh, okay, we're all back in. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's see. What next?
Oh, that's a good question.
Alright, just gonna quickly. So there we go, that's better. You can actually see it. Alright, awesome. I just improved my visibility of the setup here a little bit. Alright, oh, we could do... Well, should we... We've done at least your new... well, pretty much all the new stunt and reverse cycle levels. As you can probably tell by the fact that I've said before, there's over 100 arcade levels in total. We definitely prioritize more towards sprint. So we could start getting into some sprint levels.
Yeah.
And thank you for the congrats on 1.0, Greater Joe. Really appreciate it. We really can't wait to get this out there. But
yes, Eric Gamer. It does have wheel support. I think we support most steering wheels.
The wheel support?
Oh yeah, there is wheel support. In fact, we're improving it right now for the arcade cabinets. So
Right.
there's G29 support for sure, because we've used that at a ton of conventions over the years. And then for the, I think it's the G920. It's very confusing. There's the G29 and there's the G920. The G920 has like a D-pad on it, and we're actually trying to get the game to work with that because previously we recommended you play a G29 with a joystick attached, so you're kind of steering, and then we use the joystick for jets. But with the G920, you can actually just use the D-pad right on it, and you don't have to take your hands off the wheel. We came up with kind of a crazy idea where there's 3 pedals, you know, there's like the clutch and the brake and the gas, and we were like, what if we kind of moved it around where it's actually brake, gas, and then gas plus boost is one of the pedals, so you don't have to worry about that with your fingers, and then you can use your thumb to control the jets with the D-pad, and there's like 2 grip triggers that I think are shifters, and you can use those for jump and grip. So it actually feels really fun to do like jump grip. That was like the most exciting realization we had. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch into I'm gonna hide the stream really quick, just purely for the sake of not spoiling everything that's gonna be in the level select. So
Yes.
but we're not going anywhere. It's gonna say be right
Sounds like
back.
a good plan.
But it's
What are we playing?
I'd say
You
we
know
start with
yet?
like Chroma if you're cool with that.
Yeah, sure. Sounds
Okay.
good.
We've got all the casual levels. I'd actually have to go unlock the other ones, ironically. Okay. Coolio. Yeah, okay, cool. We'll do Tharsis Solos after this, totally. And got the double computer stream set up here. Alright, so here we go. And if you just want to take it away, Crispy.
Yeah, so this is another one of my, I guess it's the first of my arcade sprint levels that we're seeing. This is something I worked on. The goal was to create an easy level that was visually interesting. And I think I accomplished that. It's pretty colorful, at least.
Yeah, and you might notice something interesting about the colors. As we go along, they're slightly changing.
Yeah, that's a bit of a trick. I think some level editors out there would be able to tell you how I'm doing that. It's a little bit tricky.
I still don't really know. It's definitely, ironically, once again, it's animators.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like if you blinked and you were like, weren't they just playing an orange level?
Yeah. Now we're playing a blue one. I think people have seen some screens of this level as well.
Yeah, totally.
If they've been following the Road to Launch campaign. Oh boy, I fell off the road.
And Valency Graphics. Cool to see you on the stream. Would be cool to see you again in person someday. It's an old friend from high school days. Very cool of you to join the stream. So yeah, I think people have figured it out. It's definitely related to biodomes, but
it is. The trick is, I'm gonna put the cards on the table here. The trick is that the whole level is actually white, and then I animate biodomes over it to change the ambient light color to make it appear orange and blue. You could essentially make it like change into all the colors of the rainbow as long as the base level is just white blocks, which is pretty interesting. Some possibilities there.
Ooh, gold medal. Just barely. I'll take it. Nice. So yeah, we definitely, you can see as we're playing along, there are definitely a few tweaks here and there to just the overall menus and the way medals are shown. Should we just play through all the casual levels, or?
I'm down
what
for
are
that.
we feeling? Yeah, well, let's just play through a few of these levels. Also because I'm feeling a little lazy and it's just let's just cruise right through them.
Oh, I think Slender Paul was actually in the chat. So
Oh yeah.
heads up, we're playing Particular Journey.
We're gonna be playing Particular Journey. This is a community created level that we really loved and we wanted to see more people play. So it's in the 1.0 build. And here we go. Does distance have an FPS cap? No. But if you want to enable one way to do that is to turn on VSync, even though it's probably not what a lot of people specifically want, but that's what I'm using right now to lock it at 60. Woo!
So I've seen this question pop up a lot. I think we should talk about it, especially now that we're playing Particular Journey.
Yeah.
How does a level get into 1.0, Jordan? From being a community-made level to getting into 1.0?
Man, that is a great question. Alright, so I guess to start at the top, we first just, among the team, talked about the idea of it, and the genesis of it more than anything came from the fact that on PS4, including Steam Workshop support means you have to implement your own Steam Workshop. So we're a really small team. We are stupidly ambitious, working on this game for 6 years. We want to implement everything in the world, but we really can't implement everything. So we decide, okay, let's just accept our fate and say, instead of implementing workshop support now, let's just focus on finding our favorite community levels and just straight up including them in the game. And they're just a part of the arcade experience. And as you play through, they are properly tagged with the author. We asked the author what they wanted to name. But the actual answer to the question is, how did the level get included? We played through like basically every community level. The entire team, it was, man, what a process. The entire team basically would, I'd say, what's your favorite community list? And everyone had their own lists, and we played through them all, and we collectively kind of narrowed down ones that we felt were a high enough quality bar, hit a high enough quality bar, did something, you know, interesting that excited us just to get on the list in the first place, and also very importantly has to be able to run on the PlayStation. So there are a few levels that we really love, but just couldn't make the cut because they don't run. And so we did actually have to set up all of this stuff so that we would play through, have the PS4 build play through hundreds of levels and record the performance stats in there.
Oh yeah, that was automated, so
Yeah.
it just like stood there and played the game by itself. I believe, didn't it use like replays?
Yeah,
and then, like,
exactly.
played them real time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
so it's essentially, sorry, I had a little fun there at the end. But yeah, so it's, yeah, there seems to be a slight bug with the metal image here at the end, by the way. This 1.0 build is not 100% done. But regardless, yeah, we basically had to, what I did was I just set it up so that it would download, like I would go through the list and I would find an acceptable, probably roughly gold time leaderboard entry, and then just download it onto the machine, and then just have it so that it plays the level, plays the replay, records the stats to an external file, so we have a graph of the entire performance, and then just auto plays the next level, auto loads the next replay. So yeah, after doing that with hundreds of levels, we had to remove some of our favorites that just didn't run as well as we had hoped, and we kept, I think it's about 50 in total.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So quite a few. Sorry, what's up?
PS4. Are they going to be on the? That was a question.
Yeah, these levels are going to be on the PS4. That's definitely like the point. But they're going to be on the PC build too, because we want the builds to be as similar as possible, and we also just think people on the PC should play them. So, oh, and I guess probably the more important question is, like, I'm making a level. How do I get my level into a future build? Well, first make a really cool level that impresses us. That's a good start. Assuming you've done that, then we're just going to be keeping an eye out. And I'll say right now, I'm not too excited if people are continually campaigning their own levels and, you know, spamming refract with, hey, I made a new level, put it in the game. That's probably not going to help you. But
Yeah.
I would say that, you know, if you make a good level that gets good ratings, and definitely feel free to tell us if you made a level. But we're just going to have to be keeping an eye out, and it's going to be down to the devs to decide which levels. Then we'll contact you about including it. We did offer some people the ability to tweak their level a little bit too, so you'll get a heads up if we're going to include it. But we mostly were working on the basis of the level as is, so we wouldn't require any extra work on our end over there. Just the fact that Jason actually did spend quite a bit of time going through some of these levels and doing optimization passes that didn't change any of the visuals, but, you know, just tweak some numbers to make the performance run better.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about this level, Crispy?
Sure. I can quickly, as some people in the chat have already noticed, this is Code Speedway. It's one of my really old levels. I touched it up a little bit, upgraded some of the things that I weren't happy with, like these cooldown gates. And yeah, it's gonna be in 1.0. I think this one is mostly included because it's something a bit different, but done well, I guess. Where you don't actually have any abilities. This is usually against the distance. What can you say?
The grain?
Yeah, the like. But I think it does it interesting enough that it's worth the 1.0 inclusion. It is possible to make it a level like that that's interesting, but yeah. And this one next up is Incline. That's also one of my very, very old levels. That is actually, I think that was released the day after the editor became available to the public.
Yeah, I think it is the first publicly available level editor level.
Yeah.
And you only got beat out by F-Zero because he was a founding modder. But
Yeah.
it's cool because you definitely upgraded it. Oh man, you guys are going for the secret path. I don't.
Yeah, this one, like, when we say that it was uploaded like the day after the tools came out, it was updated a lot since, and then updated one big time before 1.0
Yeah.
to also kind of fit the casual level category of like slightly easier levels, because it did have some stuff that we didn't feel like we're in line for a casual level. So it's been cleaned up a little bit, you could say.
And it's these levels, I think, all of the levels that are were included that were previously created by Crispy Ashman and Snow State. That's alright. That was just a close finish situation there. I just was like, I don't think I got it, but yeah, I apparently got it. 1 second. I don't know what I was gonna say. I think it's really cool to see these levels, but you know, I've got the history with it. But it's like you see something like Incliner Code Speedway, the old version that was on the workshop, the new version that's in 1.0. It's so cool to see these guys' skills improve and you know, have better lighting and fancy little additions that
have better lighting. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
a big one.
yeah, lighting is a huge deal in this game. It's surprisingly important. Alright, we're continuing on. Yeah, so this is another community-created level. I do not remember the author name off the top of my head, I apologize.
I also do not remember the author off the top of my head.
I don't know why I can't remember, but yeah, Ashnell's having a good bouncy time.
He's bouncing a little bit.
Oh, and we're dead. Right, I'm gonna try to do the skip that he's doing.
Does someone in chat know who made this level?
I
All I know is it's a great level.
Oh wait, no, I can't.
No, you cannot. I tried.
Oh no. You probably should fix that. But yeah, it's a little synthwavy. And yeah, once again, another good example of just clever use of simples and colors and lighting. It creates something that looks radically different. And at least from my perspective, I mean, this was just my own personal thing that excited me. I'm kind of... My excitement is always random when it comes to artistic things, but for, you know, adventure, I really wanted something consistent that had its, you know, it had kind of a tonal core that was not violated. The whole set of levels is all part of one story, one arc, and all this stuff. And arcade is basically the exact opposite. The whole idea behind arcade is that it's random, crazy fun, and we want to just provide as much variety as we could.
Yeah.
So things that were kind of crazy and, you know, exciting in that way were the ones that got us going the most. So that's the stuff that I think made the cut a lot of times.
Absolutely. A lot of different looking levels and feeling levels. Yeah, this one's by J2A. I remember that as well.
Oh yeah.
This was a DAC level, I think. Whisper.
Yep. Oh. Going right off the track. This is a really cool level too in terms of it's a casual level in that you know, it doesn't really require really advanced you know, gameplay to get through it, but the sideless roads and everything do make it a little bit trickier than you might expect going in. And it also provides some possibilities for exploration. I always love me a wintry feel. I don't know what it is. I guess I just love it. And there you go. The big snowflake. Whew.
This level has some great snow particles. And that's another example of like taking something simple and putting a lot of effort into it. I bet he spent forever on these snow particles. Or at least like he got them to look really good.
Yeah.
And it kind of like makes the whole level for me.
So yeah, in terms of metals, yeah, as you can see, we did upgrade the metals. The visuals of the metals have definitely been upgraded by adding Laura. They look pretty great. They're shinier than ever. And one thing that we changed, that I believe was Jason's idea, was to actually kind of change the idea of the metal so that there's 3 parts to the metal, and you're trying to get all 3. So, one chunk is bronze, 2 chunks is silver, 3 chunks is gold. So that's, it also helps us kind of make the menus more efficient. But that's kind of why you're seeing that visual change. And the metal times for basically everything have been tweaked. And I don't know what question you're specifically asking about diamond times. I guess the cat's out of the bag. People know what diamond times are. But diamond's still a thing. I'm just not that good. Don't worry. So here's the deal. To get a gold, you basically have to get a perfect run on the track, or roughly. And to get a diamond, you have to use a shortcut. So I'm not really taking that many shortcuts. If you want me, I can try to get a diamond on this one.
Yeah.
All right.
I think part of because we spend a lot of time debating what the time should be for the medals, and I think what we ended up on was this, where you're saying like if you want to get the diamond medal, you have to like cut the track in some way. And I think part of what is really neat about that is because that's a sentiment we've been seeing a lot from the players, is that a lot of people don't actually realize that jumping off the track is a part of distance.
Oh, shoot.
So we kind of like officially cemented that by having the diamonds require you to leave the track.
Sorry, folks, I just blew with the diamond epic fashion. I tried. I mean, maybe I'll still get the gold because it was a pretty good shortcut going in, but wow, that was a rough tumble. All right.
You're still ahead of me, so.
Yeah, we'll see what we get. And yeah, this track does feature some new music straight out of Adventure Mode. Alright, what do we get?
Didn't get gold.
I didn't. Man, that was close too. For shame. We'll get a diamond on another one.
Oh, close the server again, Joe.
Ah! Why do I keep doing
this?
that? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Why you do this? Why do I do this? I don't know. It's back up. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, exactly. God! I wanted the diamond. All right. You know what? Actually, I have to close the server again. And this time it's actually intentional because I need to go use the super cheat command to unlock some levels. So I'm gonna leave for a second.
Yeah.
And you can see the very cool new menu. Alright, we'll try that.
Super cheats.
Super cheats! Alright, so I'm going to hide the menus again. And it says be right back, but we're not going anywhere.
We're still here.
We're still
here. With you.
Alright, so that's not... Okay. 1 second. Alrighty. Let's try this again.
Oh. Yeah.
Got to decide what level are we feeling next.
Is the server up?
No, but
Okay.
it will. we might as well decide on the level while I'm getting it back up.
Oh, I mean, we could play SR Motorplex, since that's the one I teased.
Okay. SR Motorplex it is.
I don't know if there's anything else we could play.
Okay. Alright, cool. SR.
Typing on the keyboard.
Oh, sorry, if the
So loud.
a very aggressive typing apparently coming through the audio.
Oh, I've been playing so much Inferno. Please spare me.
Okay, you do want to play Inferno? What? All right,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna queue up a few just to make it easier on us here.
Yeah.
So let's do SR Motorplex. Are we gonna end with Inferno?
Yeah, we
Let's
should.
see. I should probably look at the time. Okay, cool. We got plenty of time. Let's do. Should we do one of the Neo Souls?
Oh yeah.
Let's do.
I guess
Neo
that's up to
Soul.
Ash.
Yeah, actually, we'll come back to that. We'll ask.
Yeah.
Do we want to do Monument or save that for some other time?
Ashenville says sure, and I say also sure for Monument.
Okay, we'll do Monument. Then we'll do the Neo Souls. And then
We're busting out all the new arcade levels. Well, not all of them, but
well, yeah. We're gonna leave a few secrets, but
yeah.
Why not? This is the only stream we get a chance to do this because from here on out it's gonna be Survive the Editor.
Oh yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
let's do. Man, this is kind of an ironic problem. There's so many. I'm having a hard time deciding. How about not you, because you're an adventure level, and not you. I'm just gonna pick some random community ones, just throw them in there.
Yep.
I'm gonna do hard light transfer. Hopefully that's okay with Snow State. And stability. And we'll see if we have enough time for all these. Couple more. Outrun. That's a classic. Two more. And then okay, cool. So, yeah, ironically, we have a search feature now, but I'm not using it. I just realized I could. Oh well, too late. All right. Whew. No. Okay. I'm just now seeing Brent's message there. All right, cool. Oops, let's get it so I can actually see the chat. Search bar hype. I wish I could show it to you. I mean, I guess I showed a screenshot at some point, but man, it's so simple to just have a search bar, but so exciting to have it in there. That was one of those where I was like, just talking to Jason about it. Jason's become our menu master, and I think he was implementing a search bar for something else, and it was like, okay, how crazy would it be to get that in the actual workshop thing? He's like, well, thanks to the work I just did with this search bar, it's actually not too bad. I'm like, get it in! Get it in! We need that search bar, because there's 2,500 levels on the workshop, let alone 100 plus levels in the actual game now. Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot by now.
Alright.
Enough to warrant the search bar.
Yeah. So let's talk about this cool level, Crispy. I mean, I could talk about it, but I didn't work on it, so...
Yeah, this is another one of my Arcade 1.0 inclusions. I really like how it looks. It has a very special like visual thing going on. It's all white and bright. Oh, I just messed up.
Yep, I somehow didn't die, but it was close.
And because Refrag loves spiritual successors, this one is kind of like a spiritual successor to Code Speedway.
We really do.
Where I kind of wanted to make a Code Speedway that took advantage of all the car abilities, and this is kind of what it turned out to be. I think I nailed it pretty good. It has the large swooping turns and simple visuals, yet kind of interesting.
And yeah, to answer a really quick question from the chat, yes, everything that exists in the game was built using the in-game level editor. So when we actually like have people like Crispy work on the levels, they're just playing basically the game. Kind of just like everyone else. The only difference is that they have fancy toys that the rest of the world does not yet have. But we'll have, for the most part,
yet being the key word.
Not yet. September 18th. So good to say that date.
Oh, Ashermel doing a little bit of skipping there.
Question. Do you guys use the in-game level editor to make official levels for the game? Or do you have another tool for it?
That's actually the question I just answered.
Oh my gosh, sorry.
No worries. I'll answer it again. We are using just the in-game level editor.
I mean, distracted.
Oh, it's all good. So yeah, so to be clear though, that we do use Unity's editor a lot. I mean, we just make the whole game in Unity, but levels, specifically levels, are pretty much all created. You know, like everything for the levels created in the level editor, just like making gameplay and stuff like that. We use Unity, but we essentially rewrote Unity's editor in Unity. Because, I don't know why, every time I have to explain it, it just seems more ridiculous, but the core idea was just that we wanted it so that everyone had that power, and we just replicate a lot of the functionality from Unity because we're like, hey, this is a pretty good editor. Then as it turns out, we start to dislike Unity's editor in many ways, and we're like, why don't we just like fix it and just make our own, you know, just add that feature here, and then it just turns out, alright, let's just replicate pretty much everything. So we have, it's a very similar editor. It's somewhere between Blender and Unity, the final product. And yeah, so that's how we got to this point. But yeah, Jason's a good person to contact about menus for sure. The breakdown is usually that I design the menus. Like, so if you don't like the how it's actually like the UX part of it, I guess maybe, I don't know the terminology, but the actual design of the editor, or sorry, the menus is usually me, but then Jason's the tech wizard that actually makes it happen. A lot of times I'll sketch it, like I'll, you know, plug in random things to get it. And I've implemented tons and tons of the menus myself, but Jason's definitely the NGUI Unity menus master. And the level editor in particular, I had very little to do with the level editor menus actually, designing or implementing, so. Both him and Kyle were the smart people behind that. Anyways, the level's nearly over, bud. Do you have any comments on this level? I feel like we should like play
sure,
it again.
I can talk a little bit about it. Nah, we'll leave that for people to do when 1.0 gets out. I think my main inspiration for this was like the early alpha version of Distance, the one we only saw in the Kickstarter videos.
Yeah.
Kind of that feel. Some of the backers might be able to see the similarities. Yeah, that's pretty much it with this one. I love how it turned out though.
Alright, looks like we unlocked some new levels. So I did kind of send the game into a slightly weird state where I like put in, you know, my secret code to unlock all the levels, but it's still probably going to try to unlock levels. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so, and I guess I should even kind of explain the idea behind medals and unlocking in 1.0. It's amazing how many iterations we went through to get to this point. but really it's just you've got different sets of levels, mostly organized by the difficulty, and after you unlock a certain number, or after you achieve a certain number of medals, you unlock a new set. So to unlock the first set, I believe it's 25 medals. And a medal essentially is 1 medal's bronze, and silver's 2, and gold is 3. So if you get a bunch of golds or even diamonds, you'll cruise through and you'll unlock stuff pretty quickly. But if you, that was a tight spot. If you just get all bronzes, it'll take a lot. You'll have to play a lot more levels to unlock new sets. So, but once you have the set unlocked, you can play any of the levels in it in any order. And strangely enough, oh, I should look at the road. Not strangely enough, but the way we implemented it, we wanted to make it even more interesting, where you can actually play through community levels and earn medals through playing community levels, so those also contribute. So there are a lot of different ways to unlock levels. We really wanted to be in the spirit of the game and allow flexibility and creativity as you unlock levels. But yep, so to unlock the hardest levels, you're actually going to have to get a lot of golds. So it starts getting harder and harder as you go along. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. And it was somewhat based on Nitronic Rush just having some sense of progression. I think a big part of it is obviously it's just a little bit more fun to go through the set in the game. Kind of is like, okay, you've earned the right to play some of these really insane levels.
Yeah.
But also kind of to guide the flow of okay, you really should be starting here, and you know working your way up to some of these crazy ones. So yeah, so this level, Neo Soul, it's a classic workshop level that has been upgraded for 1.0, and it's actually been so long since I played the old one that I don't remember. I don't remember exactly what it looked like previously, but I definitely know that it looks better while running way better. I know that Ashmel spent a crazy amount of time getting this thing running on the PS4, and I'm really glad he did because it's such a cool looking level. So yeah, it's and as he mentioned, there's a lot of animator, as he described it, jank to get it working, and I think that was like just clever things to try to figure out how to move things in and out so that you don't have to render a huge chunk of stuff. But that is definitely a super hyper advanced user implementation. So I'm glad it's on PS4. And now we're going to continue on to a brand new level that I don't know if we've ever shown anywhere.
I don't believe so, no.
The Return, Neo Soul 2. Right when you thought Neo Soul was incredible looking, this takes it up another notch. And really, I think more than anything, I mean, it's a cool design, but what always gets me about a lot of Brent's work, and these levels in particular, is the lighting is so cool. It really doesn't feel like distance in the best way.
Yeah,
it's like,
absolutely.
And I think it's, oh man, I did not plan for that turn. Yeah, it's definitely like one of those, you gotta really be creative, but if you're willing to put in the work, you can get some incredible results with the lighting. Oh, okay, yeah. Ellie was saying that apparently we had a question about how many vehicles are going to be in 1.0. Man, I don't know how many is off the top of my head. Not less than 10. And to be clear, they're more, like a car skin than a different car. In Nitronic Rush, we tried to experiment with the idea of different cars having different, one has better handling, but it's it's slower, and then one's way faster, worse handling, stuff like that. We kept it really simple and distant, so they're essentially just skins for the exact same car with the exact same physics, and we felt like that was with what we were excited about in multiplayer, it was the most balanced
yeah,
way to
but to be clear, some of them does have different models. Like,
yeah, oh yeah, that's true.
There is different models and like animations on the wings and stuff like that.
They do look completely different, but physics-wise, they're the same. Let's say it's probably the same.
Yeah, absolutely. They handle the same.
So yeah, so the final level editor will have lots of new assets. Trust me, I'm going through the assets right now and trying to decide what to name them and what folder they should go in and all that good stuff. And there's a lot, but a lot of them are, you know, stuff that's going to be in the adventure campaign. So we haven't released them yet because they're new for that. So they might actually be making an appearance in some of these levels, but they're the levels, you know, they do a good job of kind of making their own little universe. So, and yeah, you're going to be seeing me unlock levels that I just played because the game is a little confused by my hacky dev code earlier. But that's the price we pay for the development build. Alright, so this is another community revamp from Snow State and Hard Light Transfer. One of my favorite community levels for sure. And was this a DAC level?
That's a rough one. I don't remember actually. We've had so many.
Yeah, there's so many. Some of the greatest levels have really come from that. So DAC means Distance Advent Calendar, and it was a competition, or no, not competition.
Well, first of all, John, it still is.
Yes, it still is. Wait, what? It's an event that we would have every year, that the community would have every year. Refract just kind of helps.
Still will, I
and
think.
Still will, yes. We will have it again. It will return, much like James Bond. So, but yeah, so every year since what, 2014?
Yeah, something like that.
The community essentially comes together to release a level, at least one level, every week leading up to Christmas during the month of December. So 24, if not 25 levels. And actually, I think the first time it was 24 plus a bonus level, and then eventually people just kept coming up with more and more levels. Oh no, I missed my jump. So we're overflowing. But anyways, I have no idea if this actually was a DAC level, but it might have been. And it's just a super cool kind of minimalistic visuals to some degree, but the intricateness of these animations always gets me.
Oh yeah,
it's like kind of cool. Like there's like a grounded, almost like it's made out of like stone or something with this whole place, but yet there's these crazy hologram blockers. That
I love the one that psychs you out. The one where it looks like a blocker is appearing on the middle of the road, and then it's like, nope.
Yep.
It always gets me. I always dodge that one.
And there you go. It got me too. It's so clever because it pops up at the exact moment where there's no way you're going to be able to avoid it. Oh man, I'm on the upside of the road. How am I going to get around? We can recover.
No.
Oh, I thought I could get around the left side. Yeah, totally. Brent's saying that oddly enough, Neosol 2 borrows the hollow blockers from this level. Because they're pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool. So yeah, once again, I don't remember exactly what changed from the currently uploaded version on Workshop, but I know it was improved a bit. Visuals cleaned up a bit. Looks pretty sweet. Alright, moving on to instability. This is a fun one. Oh man. Whatever. We'll go for it.
Oh yeah, warp anchors.
Yeah.
You've been waiting to check those out.
Yeah, so this is a little bit of a spoilery thing, but whatever. Get ready for spoiler hype. So this level was the first level ever to use warp anchors, but the funny thing was that they were not supposed to be released to the public at all because they were kind of broken and whatnot. So I actually removed them from the build, thus breaking this level. But in a really cool fashion, we did bring them. Obviously the warp anchors are well, See, a lot of people have no idea what I'm talking about anyways, but you'll see in a second. There's a cool new teleportation type of thing that we have in 1.0. And,
I think, are they just replaced with teleporters in this version? I think they are.
oh,
I think we're
could be.
good.
That would be funny. I'm like getting everyone hyped for nothing.
For the spoilers.
Get right in! And it never comes. Well, whatever.
I think we should have passed one by now.
The few people that know what warp
Oh no,
anchors are-
wait. Oh no, never mind.
Never mind which way.
Yeah, they're here.
Okay,
There's some,
alright.
there's some warping
Spoiler
going
hype! Here we go!
on.
Woo! Oh yeah. So I thought it was only fitting that the first ever community level to use that tech actually gets to make a reappearance. And I actually personally spent quite a bit of time restoring this level to its original state, which was, I mean, this is Deep Fried Zombie, right?
Yeah, I think.
Alright, so...
I can't remember. There's so many talented people making
Yeah,
levels.
exactly. I apologize if I got that wrong, but I went through their level and spent quite a bit of time just trying to restore it. So. Boom! There it is. Cool stuffs. Alright, yeah. There's your little bit of a teaser of some of the glitchy stuff that comes into Adventure, but let's just say that this only like touches the surface of what is possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Alright, so I don't know what exactly you mean F-Zero Man by custom objects for workshop. Could you clarify?
I think it's we have the function to save a group as a custom object. I think he means those. But, like, put them on workshop.
No plans right now for that. Just simply do a scope. It's a cool idea for sure. And yeah, that sounds like a great one to implement someday, but it's not planned for 1.0.
I mean, not for workshop, but you could still. I think I did this once, and I think F-Zero did this as well. At some point, you could make a zip file with all the objects, like make a bunch of themed assets and save them, and then you could upload it as a zip to the Discord so other people can use your.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Whatnot.
If you want to make levels and kind of get feedback and talk to other really talented people, including our dev team, join the Discord. I definitely should add that to the move on when I update the how many levels are in workshop. But yeah, if anyone wants to post the link to Discord, we have a Discord community that's really active and just barely hit the checkpoint after getting sliced twice. But yeah, so there's a level editor channel, and people are very active on there, answering questions and sharing work in progress levels, and that would be a really great place to share custom assets. So that's the best we can do, at least for now, since it won't be officially supported on Workshop. But yeah, thank you for posting the link. Oh, I looked away and missed the teleport. And yeah, so I should just take a moment to mention this level. This level is one of the more recent, all things considered. I mean, it's probably like a year since this came out, but this was a fairly recent one, and you can just tell because it uses a lot of the newest technology, including animators. And, oh, that last section's so hard. But it's one of the coolest looking levels to come up with this synth-wavy type of style. And yeah, it's in 1.0. Yeah, exactly. I am a phenomenal example of why you should not text and drive. Because I'm looking over at the chat and boom! Right into the wall. I need to have the Twitch chat just printing out on the back of the car screen.
Oh yeah, that would be neat.
That would be the ultimate integration.
Streamer mode.
And then I'm like squinting.
First.
It makes it even 10 times harder to drive. So yeah, alright, so we're moving on to an F-Zero Man level. This is called Volcanic Rush. It's pretty sweet. So F-Zero Man, obviously well known for recreating other people's, other IPs, levels within the Distance engine, and given them his own spin. And this one is a part of a original series where they're just original. It's new IP. So intellectual property, if you don't know what that means. I don't know. It's a classic, like using all the game dev buzzwords and then realizing, oh yeah, like that is probably not as accessible as I'm assuming. But yeah, so it's a really cool level. You're obviously on some kind of a volcanic planet. And I really love the look of these roads. They're very unique. And lots of good particle effects and stuff going on here. And I love these 90-degree turns to kind of break up the pace.
Yeah.
They take me back to Cortex Castle. Good old Crash Team Racing.
Is that a Crash Team Racing level?
Yeah.
I think I played that once. Or twice, maybe.
I remember playing that level for the first time and just being like, who thought 90-degree turns were a good idea? Now I have nostalgia for it. Because of course I do. Oh yeah, that's good. So yeah, I mean we're kind of just playing these in random order because I switched over to the advanced level select and created a playlist. But difficulty in the normal level select is kind of just organized by difficulty, roughly. Yeah, there you go. Drive an ace. Oh wait, no way, I got the diamond. Whoa. Ooh. Was that good of a run? I think that's the trick, is like, you just gotta, whenever you're really chill, not thinking about it, that's when you do your best. Oh, so close, Crispy. If you had blown up at the end, you would have had a good laugh. Alright, cool. So, apparently Brent is in favor of the
Twitch
the
chat,
Twitch chat
integration.
idea.
I mean, it would be hilarious
Yeah, it would
to
be.
have it printed out on the back of the car.
Alright, let's do this. We're doing Inferno. I don't know.
Oh boy.
I'm the wrong person to watch, but at the same time, if we were to follow Ashmel, it would be over in 2 minutes, so...
Here we go. I'm gonna beat my PB, as the speedrunners say. My personal best. Oh no, it's already over. Reset.
It's over. The insta reset. Alright, so you can probably guess this is in the final tier of sprint levels.
Those who have played it will know. That
Yeah,
this is,
we're not kidding around with this one. This one is no joke. I'm pretty sure I played this actually in the last stream. It might have received a couple tweaks in terms of performance, but I think otherwise it's pretty much exactly as it was. Why mess with perfection?
Yeah, I think this one was in relatively good shape actually when it came to performance. Like
Yeah.
surprisingly, because it's so like visually busy.
Yeah, it's
There's
pretty
a lot of
wild.
stuff going on.
I think you're totally right.
There's a lot of gears turning in this level,
Oh,
figuratively and literally. Yeah.
I don't think we finished this last week. Maybe we'll finish it this week. I'm like, we got half an hour left on the stream. Oh wait, Inferno. Alright, so yeah, what questions can we field while I spend 23 minutes playing this level? Oh no. Gotta actually like jump. And yeah, I mean obviously I'm busting out the whatever I can do with the grip button here. I'm gonna take every shortcut I can. And yeah, actually I guess it's probably not super easy to hear, but some of the sound design of stuff has been improved. I'm not exactly impartial since I was the one who did all the sound design, so you'll have to tell me if it's any good. But I think there's some cool new sound effects. I definitely changed the the boost sound effect and the car engine sound effect.
Yeah, I'm surprising we haven't. Like, I think you did your job really well because I haven't seen anyone mention that yet. So
Yeah.
it seems like that landed pretty well.
Yep. And yeah, I'm sure you've heard some new songs from the soundtrack in some of these levels. So definitely a lot of new music. I mean, I think the best way to put it is that like.
Yes, dog arms. Yes, it has.
What's the question?
If the 2-minute boost sound effects restart has been fixed.
Oh yeah. It's fixed. Now it's 3 minutes. We upped it. No one can boost longer than 3 minutes. That's a guarantee. Oh. I knew that was gonna happen. All right. Yeah, like I said, we got half an hour here. So yeah, new music, lots of new music. So the only thing that's going to be different in adventure mode is it's a lot more dynamic. So, and when I say dynamic, it's not like Nitronic in that it's, you know, the car abilities are changing the music, but it's more like where you're at on the track and stuff like that changes it. And when you transfer between different levels, it does some fancy audio transition stuff that I had a lot of fun working on. Alright, there we go. Now I know what I'm doing. Alright. Checkpoint. The most relieving sound effect of all time. Risky call. Alright. So, another thing that people may or may not have noticed, and you probably can't even tell at all because of how bright this level is, but there is a little bit of effect on the car's body when you enter an infected zone. And that's just really to give more information. Keep the player informed, as they say. So, not what I find. We're gonna see if we can ride this up. Nope, nope, nope. Alright. So yeah, it was definitely in the trailer, so I'm just like, alright, might as well just make it clear that it is something that is in 1.0 that is not in the regular build.
So is that something about Spotify releasing the soundtrack on Spotify?
Yeah, I really want to release it on Spotify if I can. I just can't make any promises yet because I don't have any kind of agreement in place or whatever with Spotify. But I listen to pretty much all of my music on Spotify these days, so that would be great. Whew. It's heating up, and it's cooling down in the level, but in this house it is heating up. So yeah.
Paul is asking,
oh, yeah.
loot box skins when? When are we getting loot boxes?
Oh yeah, loot boxes, man. You know,
we gotta make that revenue, man.
If I love anything about video games, it's mostly just the loot boxes.
Yeah, the keys.
Loot boxes are never going to have an existence. As long as I'm working on it. I mean, I'm not actually. What's really ironic is not actually like opposed to the idea of loot boxes. I guess just based on principle, because whatever, people should be able to experiment and stuff. Am I going backwards? Of course I am. But yeah, adding the Battle Royale mode, adding the loot boxes, we're not a normal video game company. Like, anything that you think we would normally do, we're probably not going to do, partially because we don't know how to do it, partially because it doesn't excite us, and it has to excite us if we're going to put in a ton of time and effort to implement something, so that's all it comes down to.
Oh, here's an interesting question from G Piano Ups. Speaking of revenue, are we getting Steam trading cards?
We might be getting Steam trading cards. I don't know what that has to do with revenue. Is that?
I think because you can sell them and buy them.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea either.
Oh, where is forward? I don't know where I'm going. Okay, okay. We might be getting the Steam trading cards. Oh! I was finally doing good!
Oh no!
I didn't realize I was on the DNF clock.
Rip.
Welp. Next time we'll get him. That's funny. Next time we'll just show these talented people playing and not me. Will the soundtrack be released on Steam as DLC? I hope so. Once again, I don't have that 100% lockdown. Yeah, I was still 3.5 miles away from completion there, but you know, you do what you can. All right, we still got 20 minutes left. Requests from the team, because I'd say requests from the audience, but you don't know what's actually in 1.0. So requests from the team.
F-Zero Man is saying Dreamwave.
I don't know what. Dreamwave, his new community level, I assume.
Oh, those are his new workshop levels. Gotcha.
We could play community levels.
Yeah, we could.
Or we could play. I didn't show off Snow State's new sprint levels. I guess I could take a quick gander at what levels we could show real quick. So with that, I'm going to once again hide the game, but I'm actually going to switch it over to this beautiful image of this trophy. Would you like to explain why I would be showing an image of the trophy while I look at these levels?
Absolutely, would love to do that. We're currently holding STE 2, Survive the Editor 2, as a part of our month of madness of leading up to release. You still have a week left. If you haven't started yet, you can still make it to create a sprint level with the theme Celebration or Celebrate, one of those. And yeah, we're gonna pull some winners out, judge some levels, and we're gonna have a lot of tournaments. And besides the first round of editor tournaments, there's another one, and then there's 2 more tournaments of things. Now I don't want to spoil anything, but we'll be giving out 4 of these 3D printed trophies that are handcrafted in the Refract office. And this is just a render, but it's gonna look awesome. You can take my word for it.
Indeed, it's an exciting one. It's yeah, because we in the previous competition you had only 1 week to make your level, so the competition judging would be today. But this time we're going all out 2 weeks, and yeah, so we'll be just the team will be playing through the levels, giving commentary, scoring them behind the scenes, and then we will announce the winner at the end. And then, of course, once that's all over, once the winners have been announced and all the fun has been had, we will announce the next week's mode and theme. So,
yeah,
get prepared to make another level.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't think you can make a sprint level in 1 week, you can just wait for the next editor-related challenge to ensue, and then you can join from the start. As long as you catch these streams,
yep,
you should be good to go.
Exactly. All right. I'm doing the levels that Brent suggested, and then we will finish it up here. I'm trying to find one final epic level to end us on here. How about
custom music on Linux? Will it be possible in 1.0?
I wouldn't plan on it right now. That is still something I'm definitely considering, but scope limitations and whatnot. Unfortunately, I wouldn't plan on it right now. All right, we'll roll with this. Locking it in. Okay, cool. So we're gonna play a few more fun tracks.
Oh, California is asking us, or he's not asking, he's stating that we haven't done challenge at all. Do we have the reworked challenge levels in this build?
Oh yeah, we totally do.
Oh, we could check some of those out.
That's a cool idea. Okay. Yeah, let's just do that, and then we'll come back and play these sprint levels that Brent mentioned if we have time.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just play through them.
Yeah, so Snow State went through, I think, all the existing challenge levels that we had and like visually upgraded them. I'm still not sure though. Are these the updated version? Yeah, Ash is asking again.
I think they are. It would be pretty funny if they were. I'm pretty sure that they are.
I mean, I think this one is hard to tell, but we should definitely be able to tell on some of the other ones. This was one of the ones he changed a little bit less.
Yeah. Exactly.
I totally forgot this was challenge. It just instantly died. Ashimil did
Do
the
you
same
want
thing.
to? You want to redo it, or you want to move on?
Yeah, no, redo it.
Okay,
I want
okay,
my chance.
I mean, I was happy to take the win.
Just playing it
Yes,
safe.
yes, thank you. I did
Slowly.
finally win something. You know, I should be like insanely good at this level. What? What are you doing?
Never mind. Yeah, no. Let's move on.
Ah, that was close.
I just went straight into the first one. Whew.
It's that thing where like you're like, all right, I got it. Here we go, and then just instantly.
Yeah, no, it's just I'm focused on Twitch chat and I'm gonna pull that one.
Excuses.
Yeah.
I've used that excuse once today. Yeah, these are the new challenge levels.
This is definitely updated.
So
Updated
yeah.
visuals.
So Snow State didn't change the last one too much because why mess with near perfection?
Yeah.
Dodge is such a classic. And I died. All right. Sorry, we're dodging your question. I didn't see it. To lizard. I'm just gonna say lizard because I don't mispronounce the rest. All right, that was fun. I got to experience your thing. All right, I think we'll just move on. You get the idea. Preservational booster sloth. When? I'm sorry to say it. I think that was an April Fool's situation.
Yeah.
I think that was just for the funsies. When I say I think, I know. I'm just. Oh
boy.
man, I did
Oh boy.
not plan for that. I just.
I got the closest though, so
No one made it. Someone has to make it.
technical winner. over
Yeah,
here.
sure. You absolutely.
I got the closest.
Whoever gets the
I mean,
closest is the technical winner.
Why would it show how close you were otherwise?
You got it. I remember that was something Kyle very specifically added. Alright, this is, Alright, that was intentional. Oh, and, okay. A little bit of a
Got him.
smack around. Alright, beautiful. There we go. We got to finish. I love the new colors in this one. It's so good.
Oh yeah. Snow State did a phenomenal job upgrading these.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really tempted to take out those spikes in the final version. But, they're still in there right now. Woo! Oh, and I just died. Wow, I am, really bringing the quality here today. Did we all die? No, you're still
No, I got this.
You're still going.
I'm slowly descending.
I'm going through the road for some reason.
Woo!
Yeah, you got it. Alright.
Oh yeah, that's the ping. That's how distance gets with the ping going
Alright.
through the road.
I kind of want to do that one more time because I did such a bad job. And I'm in control,
I am
so I'm going to
on the other side of the world after all.
Yes, that's true. The ping is
It's fair.
not always in our favor. Alright, this time we're going to play it safe. Not the most efficient run, but hey, a finish is a finish. Cool. And we all finished, hey. I'll take it. Alright, so yeah, definitely people have seen this one on Twitter and Facebook. Seemed like a lot of people liked it. This is definitely a very cool visual upgrade to this one using the new skybox system. Alright, I'm like kind of wondering, I'm feeling like I'm having a good run here, but I'm still getting beat by Brent, so I'm trying to learn from the master. But yeah, that red planet is just like. Why is the moon so tiny in real life? In video games, so much cooler. Let alone having another planet right outside your door. Oh nope, not gonna be able to catch it. You know, take what you can.
Ah, that was close.
Oh, I actually got the diamond that time. I'll take it. I feel like it wasn't that good of a run, but I guess if I was that close behind Brent, it must not have been too bad. Oh yeah, so my my artist name that I probably should change someday, but still rolling with it, is Torched. Like the past tense of torch. No idea how I ended up with that, but Torched is the correct pronunciation, but I really don't care how you say it. Let's just say it that way. And I don't think any of these challenge levels are actually getting new leaderboards, just simply because that was fun.
Oh no.
The levels haven't changed.
Oh wait. Oh. Huh.
Alright, gotta try it again.
Yeah, I know I can definitely cheese this one.
Yeah, and these haven't been updated by Jason or Snow State. These were created... I don't know why I'm taking such risky moves, sorry. Alright, let's follow someone who actually knows what they're doing.
Yeah, we're cheesing. We're both cheesing.
There we go.
No. Oh. As long as I land on the roof, I'm fine.
This is incredible, though. Yeah, what's the point of having roads, you know? When you're a rocket-powered car. I really am a magnet to the saws, absolutely. Wasn't that something else, people? I was watching Brent. Sorry if I'm switching between Brent and Ashermill. This is just the classic case. I always default to Crispy because it's so simple. But
yeah.
All right, ready? Here we go. Rocket League X distance when? Tell Rocket League to check us out. Then maybe we'll do something. Oh,
I mean, it seems like it would only make sense in my head. But yeah.
All right, looks like you're doing the whole thing for us here.
Oh, I'm first.
You're the only person I think still around.
I got this.
I chickened out because I was gonna go through the center of those rings, and then I was like, wait, no, I don't want to do that, and then I just ran straight into the ring. Of course I did.
Right. I'm just trying to remember. Did I do this one? I did this one.
Yeah, and the lag is gonna be a little bit intense here because we're doing international, but that's the price you pay. So yeah, this level is pretty crazy. I mean, so this level and the previous level were designed by Jason, who also designed the animators, and the core idea was just to show off cool stuff with the animators. And
oh.
Yeah, you ran out of time. Do we do it again or we move on?
I think we can move on. I assembled the spaceship.
Yeah, good enough. But yeah, it was basically like a crazy level where you're assembling the spaceship, but I didn't do a very good job of showing it off by dying 5 seconds in. Alright, another nicely visually upgraded level. And this one's all about like overheat management pretty much.
Oh no.
Oh. Alright, good. Just a little bit of a fender bender here. Bumper bender, more like. Alright. It's really like, it does, especially it doesn't feel like going that fast because you're going up. But,
yeah.
Yeah, it's a really trippy level if you actually look at it from the side. It's essentially just curving up, crazy up a hill. Nice. And Brent once again. Trying to make that epic recovery, but no cigar. Alright, I think we move on. So I may have mentioned this one last week. I feel like I missed a chat. Oh yeah, that moment when you forget to use, or how thrusters work. Totally get you there, Brent. I think this was tweaked, I know this was tweaked a bit. By Dominic Grieshofer, I believe, if I'm pronouncing the name correctly.
Yeah.
As you might have noticed, it is now called 44-second theory. Because we changed the speed of the car since the initial version was created. This was initially called 50-second theory. And now the car's a little bit faster, so 44-second theory it is. Definitely one of my favorite designed community-made challenge maps. As you can see, I fixed the issue with the drone. Finally, the drone actually has some tweakables on it, so you can actually improve upon that distance. But yeah, 50-second theory is pretty cool sounding, but you know, 44-second theory is just what it is now. So gotta roll. On to Transfer, another crispy classic.
Oh boy.
See, the funny thing is that this level was designed before Grip, and it was, I remember being at least, insanely hard.
Yeah, it was. And now it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, now it kind of feels like, alright, there it is. A nice challenge. Grip really was a game changer, wasn't it? I mean, it's funny, especially just because a lot of the levels that just didn't, you know, they were like unbearably hard for everyone are now possible, so it's, you could view it as a positive or minus, but for me it's 100% a positive. Oh no! Crispy didn't even finish his own level.
I knew I was on the edge. I should have pressed.
I think we're just gonna press on. And this one is by Daham. Very glad to have a Daham level in here. I love the look of this level.
Oh, right, yeah, this one.
This one's also pretty trippy because it toggles. Oh, I'm definitely gonna die. I was like, oh yeah, this level's like unbelievably hard.
Yeah, this one puts the challenge in challenge level.
Yeah, all right, let's watch. Oh, okay, I was gonna switch to you, but yeah, we'll watch Brent squeak through here, probably with very little difficulty. This one's brutal though. I think this is the hardest challenge level in the game. But yeah, I mean, as time goes on with future updates, we would absolutely love to add more community levels to the game. You know, it's definitely, at least from our perspective, once we had the format, once we finally figured out what it means to add a community-made level to the game and how that works, half of the excitement is just knowing that in the future it's pretty easy to add more levels to the list, and it's, I think, a really great way to highlight our favorite levels as we go along. We've done, you know, obviously some highlighting in the main menu and whatnot, but actually including it in the game, I think, is the coolest thing we can do to get more people playing your levels. So just
the ultimate community level highlight.
Yeah, exactly.
Putting it in the base game.
So just keep making those levels, and we've now hit 2 o'clock. So I feel like we're just getting warmed up, but I think it's time to call it for today. So any final notes? I guess the reminder that Distance 1.0, the build we've been playing here, maybe a couple tweaks here and there, but it's mostly there. A couple bug fixes, whatnot. That will be releasing September 18th, and it includes over 100 arcade levels, includes the adventure story mode, the kind of a minimalist narrative experience is what we're calling it, and that really is going to be some of the fanciest, shiniest stuff. And you can check out the trailer on youtube.com/refract for the the best look at that. But otherwise, just going to be posting daily screenshots, GIFs, whatnot on Twitter and Facebook. Twitter.com, refract.com/refractstudios. And we'll be posting some blog posts, some updates on things like our distance arcade cabinet, which is something we're building 2 arcade cabinets that are fully lit up, audio, steering wheel, the whole works, for 2 people that backed our Kickstarter at $10,000. So they're going to be getting these completely insane arcade cabinets. You can check out progress of that stuff on social media as well. Yeah, and Survive the Editor. 1 week from today, we'll be playing through the level editor, or the Survive the Editor 2 submissions. So get your levels in by Friday at midnight Pacific time. Check out survivethedistance.com/survivetheeditor. You can probably just Google Survive the Editor, and it'll be first thing on there. Anything else I'm forgetting?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, we really appreciate everyone hanging out with us today and asking interesting questions. And I'm going to avoid the Machine 17 questions.
Yeah.
As usual.
No, what Machine 17 question?
Yeah, I mean, what?
Yeah,
I didn't see anything. And yeah, I guess the other thing to mention that's just a small side note is just that when we do the week, so 2 weeks from today, we'll be taking the, I believe, 10 best levels from the level editor competition and utilizing them in a tournament, and it'll be a sprint tournament. So that'll be definitely something you're going to want to check out. It will be, after all, the game's been out in a beta state for at least 4 years, so people have gotten pretty good at the game. I think it'll be pretty exciting to see some of those ridiculous acrobatics on the stage, and yeah, we'll be excited to show that off. But we've got a whole month of stuff coming up, so stay tuned. We'll be here this time every week. Coolio. All right, we will see you next time. Thanks again for hanging out. Have a good week, everyone. Adios.
Bye.